I'm Jacqueline Hennon.
And I'm Matthew Sibeli.
And we're here at 401 Sunset,
bringing you to U Windsor.
Stay tuned, we got a great show for you guys. We got lots of interviews, lots of bands playing. It's gonna be a good show. What's wrong, Matt?
I had a date tonight, but I had to cancel because I didn't have enough money for my bank account.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. I probably should have just made her pay.
Yeah, you could do that. If you never want her to call you again.
Hey, don't hate the player. Hate the student tuition.
Well, on that note, we got a great interview ahead of us. We're going to be interviewing some students at the University of Windsor about the negatives and the positives on student tuition and student debt.
Mike here from 401 Sunset, and we're going to talk to people about how university has financially affected them. What we want to know is how has coming to the university affected you financially in terms of debt, and how long do you think it's going to take you for it to basically pay off?
Well, financially, I know I'm sitting in a pretty big hole right now. I'm just finishing up the end of my fourth year, and although I've sort of made a dent as I've gone along, I've had to take out money from a student line of credit, and with the job that I'm working at right now, it's I'm not coming anywhere close to pay it off anytime soon, but I'm hoping I'll it's not going to last too far after I'm done here.
So do you think that in the long run it's going to end up paying off?
Absolutely. I mean, it's sort of hard to measure, how beneficial the university degree is, but I think in the long run, absolutely, it should pay off and it will be worth it.
I don't have any debt, but I have to work a lot. I pay for my own schooling, so working 20 to 40 hours a week just to pay for school is kind of difficult. So I may not have debt, but because of the cost, I have to work so much, and that sometimes bring down my grades or interfere with midterms or projects and things like that. So it's quite difficult.
So you've been keeping up with your tuition costs, but you've had to put a lot of time in at work to keep up with it?
Correct. And some students don't have options as OSAP, and there's other things interfering with that. So it can be difficult, especially when you want to go to school.
Well, yeah, the bank loans, they only give you a certain amount of money, and with rising costs, there's sort of the amount of money they give to someone like me, it's less than what was expected originally. So now I have to the bank loan doesn't cover it. I'm actually working, so I have to also get that money to add on. So, there's always that extra strain.
So you have to pay for the loan, plus you're also paying for the rest of the tuition now?
Yeah.
Okay, and how long do you think it's going to take you after university for your university education to pay off your debt and tuition costs?
I know it's going to be a good couple of years, like 7 or 8. They probably say even 12 because, I'm probably have to buy a car, rent out a place to live, and all that comes out more.
So you think in the long run it will be worth it, but it's just going to take some time to get that paid off?
Yeah, and then, of course, there's the issue of jobs, too, right now, but,
yeah,
who knows.
So, and also, what program are you taking?
Psychology.
Well, I'm not in as much debt as the average person because I've got really high grades, so scholarships and my socioeconomic standing and all that kind of balance out. But the side effect of that is I basically haven't left my room in about 3 weeks.
Yeah, a lot of time, for sure.
A lot of man hours.
Yeah.
Makes it kind of difficult to invest that time in anything else. So money-wise, I'm okay, but if you're not living,
Yeah. So you've been basically paying it as you go and keeping on top of your tuition costs?
More or less, yeah. I've defrayed a large portion of it.
Awesome. So in the long run, you feel that your education is going to help you out financially a lot?
Considering I'm aiming for grad school, yes. With an average degree, with just a normal degree in this city, I don't think it would probably be pretty grim for you.
Awesome. And what program are you taking and what year are you in?
I'm a second-year biology student.
I'm an international student, so the fee structure over here is much more, costlier than my country. So it's when it comes to my own countries, you can say the conversion, it cost me around you can say millions because I am paying around almost 24,000 over here. So that cost me around you can say 12 million in my own country. So we came here by taking loans. So that's like almost 50% interest. So it's a huge step. So like to recover that money, we need to find a good job over here. So it's like you can say almost it will take around 3 to 4 years to cover all that money.
So you feel that in the future, your schooling's gonna end up paying off everything?
Yeah, I hope so. Like if I got a good job over here, so this will pay in almost 1 or 2 years.
That's a good question. It's going to take a while, obviously, because the average student is in debt of what, like $20 to $30 to $40,000, right? Depending on if you stayed here, if you went away, if you collected OSAP and whatnot. It's going to take a really long time, especially if you want to do masters. 5 years is my goal to pay off my student debt, but that's being ambitious. So some people it takes a lot longer, but that's my goal. 5 years.
Awesome. So what program are you taking and what year are you in?
I'm in political science and I'm in my 4th year.
So in the long run, you feel that your education will pay off and be basically worth taking?
It'll pay off because I'll make it be paid off, right? Like I'm going to market myself so that it does, but if I were to just be like a normal student who is expecting my degree to do my work for me, it wouldn't. It'd be useless. It would just be a piece of paper.
Definitely put me in a lot of debt. I think a few years into actually working, I might be okay, but it's just getting through these 4 years of my initial program that's going to be a little hard. But after that, I think it's going to be a little bit easier once I establish a career and everything. Yeah.
So you feel that in the future your schooling will pay off for you then?
I think so, yeah. I think it all depends on what you're taking, how much time you put into it, what you're really learning from it. That'll all determine how much money you make, what kind of job you get, how fast you can pay it back.
And what program are you in and what year?
I'm only in 2nd year, and I'm in child psychology.
Do you feel that coming out of your program that you're going to have the skills needed to get a job in what you're trying to get into?
I might have to do more schooling, but I'm going to have definitely the skills, maybe not the degrees that I'm going to need, but I think that the education that I'm getting here, no matter what the cost, is definitely worth something.
Awesome. Thanks a lot for your time.
No problem. Thank you.
On a lighter note, we have Emerald Seas performing here in Studio A.
Trust you help.
Wow, what an awesome band, eh?
They were really good.
Yeah. Well, let's keep that artistic flow moving and move into Hope for Paris and their reading of Samantha.
Then we'll bring you to the St. Denis Center at the 3-point line, where we will be interviewing Liam Phillip, a basketball player for the University of Windsor.
Samantha looks into the mirror. Despised at what she sees, she can't figure out how others believe she's pretty.
Embedded in her exquisite frame laid a broken-hearted girl.
Maybe it's because her clothes aren't tight enough, or that her body it isn't slim enough. But one thing's certain, behind every closed curtain, Samantha hates herself more than anyone in the world.
Samantha, well, the reason why we entitled it Samantha was because it exemplifies all women, ethnicity, race. It's a very universal name, so it embodies each perspective of the poem that we were trying to express.
Neglect, pity, shame, outlined in her eyes. Without the need for salvation, she would salvage in an immoral world that did nothing but spit in her face. Samantha.
The poem we're trying to articulate, the significance of the poem, is a journey through womanhood. It's the struggles and the tribulations women have gone through. Every single woman, no matter where her stance is in life, we're trying to make their voices heard. We're trying to help their cries and letting you know by the end of the poem, you know there are girls out there who are suffering, and it's not picture perfect. And when you do slurs or you hurt someone, it's deeper than you ever imagined it could be. So you don't know anyone's situation until you've lived in their shoes. So definitely it's an awareness of sorts, and it's bringing Samantha, every woman, up to the stage with us in that poem.
Was creeping into a world that was crumbling down around her, clawing to find her way back to this world that had failed her, didn't want her, took her, just to see how far they could drop her. This world that had written her tombstone and sold her coffin before she ever even inhaled her last. Samantha.
I act, I draw, but when I write poetry, it's a different form of me expressing my feelings and being able to have my feelings written down in a book that I can share some and keep some. And poetry is a great way of doing that. And that's what inspires me to write every day.
I totally agree. My inspiration comes from my own turmoils, my own struggles, and my own challenges that life has faced me, past relationships, things that I've gone through. I try to write for me first and then write for people. I feel if I feel the poem and I believe in it, then I can articulate it better, then I can convey the message I'm trying to bring across. So that's one of the most important things. I think we try to feel what we write.
I think the first advice is go out there and know that what you're writing is something special to you, first of all. And when you're expressing that to an audience or an individual, do it because you love it. Do it because you want to prove a point. You want to prove a message. Spoken word is all about delivering messages, what you feel, what you understand, what you know. So when you go up there and you try to perform, do it because you're trying to change someone's life, or you're trying to allow them to understand a piece of your life.
Or even if you're trying to change your life, it's definitely an amazing experience, and it's scary. I say go in it all willingly, put everything to the table that you have, and don't worry about judgmental people or people who don't see the art that you're trying to deliver to them. If you believe in it, I think that's good enough. Go out there and perform.
And one last thing, there's no boundaries in poetry. There are no boundaries. There are no yes, there are no no's. It's just do what you feel is right. Absolutely. And do what you feel believes to be spoken. That's what it is, spoken word. It's about speaking the truth.
Voices circulate her head. Samantha feels she doesn't exist. You can tell by the stripes on her wrist. She's tired of telling her parents for the last time that she can't breathe in the body that she mimes. That the scars on her veins are not because she doesn't understand the meaning of life and death, but because she doesn't feel pretty in the body that stands. Samantha.
What's that hate girl, that fun girl, that rude girl, the one you pass by girl? Cut yourself, loving girl, every broken-hearted girl, sad girl, wishing for an end girl. Samantha was.
Cody. This week, we look at a different art form. Some people like to call basketball poetry in motion. I agree. This week, Liam Phillip is our talent on the court. Basketball is a sport of both power and finesse. Now, when all players have a synergy, this power and finesse come together and create something beautiful. With the men's Lancers basketball team, they've had one of the most successful seasons in years, and have really done a great job to put Windsor on the map and to make them proud.
I think it goes good for all of us, you know. First of all, with the coaches, so they're not that stressed out. I mean, the fact that you have everyone together, I mean, you play together. The fact that everyone's together, I mean, in tough situations, we really get through it, you know, and plus, doing that in the long run, it would help us as people. It shows, you know, stats too, you know, it shows how we play. There's not one guy averaging 20 points, there is multiple guys averaging 10, you know, stuff like that. And I think that's what would help us when it comes to the second half of the season.
With Liam being a fourth-year player, Coach Oliver constantly depends on Liam being a leader on and off the court. No matter if up by 20 points or down by 20 points, he's consistently encouraging his players to play with their best effort.
The image that we try and portray for our community and for our university is one of, you know, student athletes working hard to be successful on and off the court.
Liam's strong play has helped the Windsor Lancers become the first place team in the OUA West, with a record of 16 wins and 5 losses. This record has made the Windsor Lancers the CIS top 5 team. On top of scoring and rebounding, Liam's strong play inside and great defensive work has made him a strong force to reckon with inside the paint. Although Liam is naturally talented, his hard work and dedication has helped lead the team to where they are now.
We really hope to see you guys come out and support our local basketball team, the Lancers, at their future games.
Make sure you guys wear your blue and gold and show your school spirit.
Oh yeah, whoop whoop!
We started the Infuse series of multimedia events in 2006. There have been 16 of them so far, and each Infuse event features some kind of multimedia performance. Usually we have guest artists that are on campus that come and put on a show. Often we collaborate with them. Sometimes Infuse events involve faculty from different departments getting together to put on a piece. And occasionally we also like to involve our students from a particular class, be it an interactive technology class or the diverse music class or something like that, to make quite a large piece where we get together and create something unusual and something a little bit cutting edge that integrates in some way sound and image.
Tonight we have a guest, David Litke, and so what I'm doing is I'm doing some, I would say, a visual reading of his piece that he's done before, and so I'm creating some video for it that will interact with the piece. And the interesting thing is I actually came up with a different concept, but then the pianist showed up with this interesting outfit. And then 2 days ago, we just changed everything, and what I'm working on tonight is around her outfit.
I commissioned a piece by David Litke last summer for a festival in Newfoundland called Sound Symposium. So he wrote a piece for solo piano and electronics, and I commissioned something that had a bit of theatrical orientation, so that we were able to stage it and use lights and make really a conceptual piece. And it was quite successful, and we thought we should do it again. So when he was here at the University of Windsor, he thought to put together this residency. So this program tonight is really his works. They're mostly his works, and an improvisation that's structured around his writing. Yeah, so I came out to do M'habiller encore, which is this poetic piece with a large dress that actually the dress is why I wanted to do the piece again. But anyway, so we're going to do that tonight, and then another piece for trumpet and piano that he's recently written, and it's never been performed, so it'll be a premiere. Yeah, and of course, I mean, just being here this week, it's been really quite amazing to see all these interdisciplinary intersections. You know, I arrived on Tuesday and we met and we had a production meeting pretty much right away, and just said, okay, what do you want? Like, what's your concept? And let's make some video, and yeah, it'll be really beautiful. And the level of interaction and the level of discourse about where theater and video and music meet, I think it's actually, it's pretty unique. It's been very inspiring.
So these are both pieces that I'd written previously, and I wrote the first piece for Krista Vincent, the pianist who's going to be playing tonight, and we performed it last year in St. John's in the summer. So when we found out that I was coming to Windsor, then we thought we could try to see if we could get a repeat performance of that here. And yeah, and I knew Aaron Hodgson, the trumpeter, from Memorial University. I lived in St. John's for 1 year, so yeah, and once I knew that he was at Western, so being fairly close, we thought we could easily get him in and put this together.
Following that, we have Katrina Dela Cruz performing her cover of Titanium.
Talking loud, not saying much. I'm criticized, but all your bullets ricochet. You shoot me down, but I get up. I'm bulletproof, nothing to lose. Far away, ricochet, take your aim. Far away, you shoot me down, but I won't fall. I'm titanium. You shoot me down, but I won't fall. I'm titanium. Your voice, sticks and stones may break my bones. I'm talking loud, not saying much. I'm bulletproof, nothing to lose. Far away, ricochet, take your aim. Far away, I'm titanium.
So if you're a local band or you know of any special performances coming up in Windsor, email us at rlewis@uwindsor.ca.
Make sure you guys like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter for more information.
And we'll see you next time on 401 Sunset.